guys, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Let's Talk Show, and in case you're new here, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Guys, leo tunasoma. We all have books because we want to learn, but before then nataka kuwapatia moshene fulani imenipata kwa mat. Hii lazima iende bana. Najua unaendanga na Uber, but mimi nimekuja na matatu. So there was this lady and a certain baby boy walikuwa wamekaanisha. There's this girl akona full mtaita dish ya ice cream. So ako zile za ana scroll through her phone and then enjoying her ice cream kwa matatu. Na sisi wengine tunaangalia tu, of course juu hatuna anything to chew or to eat. So walikuwa wanashuka tu the next stage before mimi, and ikafika sasa si lazima walipe. So the conductor is like, iko wapi pesa? So the baby boy looks at the girl, alafu anaanza kujifanya hivi kwa mfuko amevaa short. So I'm like, kwani pesa imewekwa wapi? Ambia wewe leta pesa brother, si mnataka kushuka. So the baby girl akaanza kuchukua simu, sijui she was called by who. And then the boyfriend or the friend, I don't know, amwambia ndo ile baby, ndo ile lipa na M-Pesa. So we are like, oh yeah, kumbe hata ni yeye analipa. And so wametuweka tu hapo. And then before then the baby boy ameingia kwa mfuko akatoa bonyeza. Kai ati inaitwa sijui Tecno 1110. Kale kadogo hivi hata sijai kaona. Msianze kucomment hapo ati hiyo ndio masusu hiyo ni shida. So baby boy is buying ice cream, a whole dish, na anatumia Tecno 11 sijui 10. So that is food for thought. Anyway guys, we are not talking about moshene ya ice cream na girlfriend. Today we just want to create an awareness, cervical cancer. So I have amazing guests with me, and they are going to introduce themselves. So let's do this. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
My name is Tabitha Muuo.
Okay, Tabitha.
But on the show, I'm Miss Muuo Mulekyo. And yeah, I'm honored to be here.
Wow.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm really happy.
Wow.
And I'm going to give you guys a quote by Maya Angelou, of course, and a very beautiful lady. Her name is Lynn Ngugi.
Okay.
She always says, Maya Angelou always says, when you know better, you do better.
Wow.
And before you do the better, for the meantime, do your best.
Wow.
So we are here to give you the better so that you can do
better.
Better, yeah.
Wow. Wow. Thank you.
Okay, shalom guys.
Shalom.
I'm Cosmas, but you can also call me Brother Cosmas in the health profession.
Okay. Wow. So guys, like we said, we are here to talk about cervical cancer, or we are creating an awareness because some of us, we are sick. Honestly, we are walking, I don't want to say dead bodies walking, but most of the time you find that we are sick and we do not know. So my guest here, Tabitha and Cosmas, are going to help us identify or to actually elaborate what is cervical cancer. How do you know, all those things. I don't want to ask the questions without being answered, but those are the things that we are going to be tackling today. So kindly pick a pen and a notebook. Tuanzie kuandika so that we are able to learn. We don't just listen without putting it into practice. So Tabitha, what is cervical cancer?
Actually, I think we should start with the cervix.
Okay, what is cervix? Wow.
Cervix is a part where it's between the uterus and the vagina.
Okay.
So the cancer always develops where the cervix is. So the cervix is like a connection. Okay. So that is where the cancer develops. And there are two types of cancer. It can either be adenocarcinoma or squamous cell carcinoma. Yeah. And let's hear Cosmas' point of view of what I've said, or you can add on to that. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll base my point on the cancer is among the tumors. Okay. There are benign tumors and malignant tumors. Benign tumors are the tumors which does not metastasize, move to other parts, and mostly they can be treatable easily just by removing, and they don't develop again. But malignant tumors is now other cancers. So cervical cancer is a malignant tumor of the cervix.
Okay, before we continue, unasikia mimi hizo vocabulary, Jesus, malignant tumor, whatever, you know, guys, I hope you are writing, and kindly, these are nurses, they are professional nurses, so kindly, when you say a vocabulary, kindly, ushaenda hosi unauliza daktari, hiyo ndo kumaanisha, hiyo ndo kusema, because you people use this, unajua, mnafanya nikumbuke biology, hizo vitu by the way. Some of us, we went to business and we are dealing with money, so such huge vocabulary, kindly you break them down for us. Yeah. So that hata mimi nisikae hapa na hang ninasikia unajua tabitha. So yeah, so you've told us what is a cervix. So what is now, because every time we hear a name cancer we get scared. You know, because we know ukiwa na cancer wewe na kukufa ni hivi, si ndio? So what is cervical cancer? Because now we have told our viewers what is a cervix. Tumewa explainia where it is. Yeah.
You want to go first?
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
I think a cancer is when a cell isn't normal.
Okay.
So they either metastasize in size, or some of them start decomposing.
Ah, okay.
So a cancer, for me, I would say it's something, a cell that is not normal. It's abnormal.
It's abnormal.
It's functioning.
Yeah.
Abnormally.
Yeah.
And its organelles, kina mitochondria, ribosomes, they are not normal.
Okay.
Acting normally.
Yeah.
And probably due in some most common cases of cancer.
Yeah.
Of course, I think it's all of them. I think you would agree with me if they are free to disagree.
Yeah.
I think all cancers, the ribosomes and the mitochondria are rapidly working. They are producing a lot of, the mitochondria is producing a lot of energy, the ribosomes, even the DNA. The DNA is the basic structure that defines our characteristics, and every cell has a DNA. So you can find these ribosomes, the proteins are high number, the mitochondria is overworking, and the DNA is altered because the DNA and then is in the nucleus. The nucleus is what dictates what the cell will do. So you come and find all of them, they are not working within their normal ranges, and you come and find these cells increase in size. That's why you come and see some. Have you ever seen someone with a tumor? They are very large.
Yeah.
So that is what brings about the growth. So cervical cancer, for me, I think I would say is that abnormal cells. We have two types of cells that are found in the cervix. They are squamous, the ones that are squamous. Squamous is from the shape, and there is a part that has the columnar cells. So you come and find the abnormal, they increase in size. Others are decomposing and such things. Have I answered your answer?
So you're saying the cancer now, that is where we are, is when a cell is not functioning normally. So either it is increasing in size, ama it is decomposing, whereas iko kwa mwili. Jesus Christ. Yes, Cosmas.
Let me add something on what is a cancer.
There
is something called hypertrophy. Hypertrophy.
Okay. Hypertrophy,
Hypertrophy means becoming more larger, increasing in size. And in terms of cancer, as far as hypertrophy is concerned, it is abnormal cell growth. So they are increasing in number and also in size at a rate that is not normal. For example, for a child to become a grown-up, the cells divided and also they increased in size. Let's say, for instance, they were growing abnormally. He will be, or she will be a gigantic, a giant. Are you getting it?
Obesity, kinda.
There are cells in the body which also govern the growth rate of other cells. They regulate the normal growth. But cancerous cells, they seem to evade that stimulation of growing normally, and they overgrow. In the body there is something called apoptosis. Apoptosis is programmed cell death. Once they try to grow bigger than expected, or multiply at bigger rate than expected, they die by themselves.
Okay.
All due to aging, apoptosis occurs from 90 to 70. So cervical, the cancer by itself, they are just, they skipped that thing of being regulated to die.
Okay. Whoa, ladies, do you hear this? So it is when my cells are not functioning normally, or they are decomposing. So that is all growing abnormally. Wow.
Growing and differentiating into produce other works, and also dividing themselves. So they are increasing in both sides and in numbers
than they are supposed to be. Tunajua ni ngapi? How many are they supposed to be?
It depends.
It depends. With what? Genes?
With the apoptosis now that we see. For example, there is wear and tear.
Okay. Okay,
There is where, for example, if you had an accident, the cells that where you have been injured, they will
diminish.
Okay.
Become debris, they have died.
Okay. So can we tell this young lady or this woman, how will they know that they have a cervical cancer? Which are the signs or the symptoms that will clearly let this person know it is true, there's something that is abnormally developing in you? Yeah.
Oh, that's a very nice question.
Yeah.
And I think everyone should be very cautious about their body.
Yeah.
Because this disease has a incubating period of 10 years to 20 years.
Okay.
And between these 10 to 20 years, it's very likely for you to feel like, I have this symptom, unakalia. Because for you you might ignore it.
Okay.
So I think the first symptom is abnormal bleeding.
Okay.
So this means you have to be very aware of yourself.
Yeah.
Like develop a relationship with you.
Wow.
Know about your period, because when you have this, you'll be bleeding.
Yeah.
In between period, there's bleeding after sex.
Yeah.
And there's also bleeding after menopause. So those are symptoms. Ukiziona, be worried.
So unataka kuniambia when I'm having my menses, that is how we call them in our layman language.
Yeah.
I should be very careful to know this is past periods now.
Yeah.
This is no. What about those people that have prolonged periods? Kuna mwenye anaweza nyesha a whole week.
A whole week?
Yeah. Is it? Can it be a sign, or that is another disorder?
No.
We said.
Yes.
If I may interrupt, we said the bleeding occur in between periods.
Or in between
periods.
Sasa nitajuaje Cosmas kunyesha na kubleed?
Okay.
Ama itakuwa
for example, if you are irregular, you know a certain date, like last week I got my
period.
Oh
yeah.
Sindio?
Yeah.
Alafu after 1 week have another bleeding.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So
another bleeding. So you should start suspecting something.
So I was supposed to end my periods at, for example, date 5th. And now after 5th, after some time, they come back again. That is now bleeding.
Not prolonging.
Yeah.
Not the issue of prolonging.
Okay.
They may be also prolonged, but in between mostly.
Okay. So that is what sign number 1, or the symptom number 1. Which other symptom do we have?
Before we move to the next, can I ask you a question? For me, when about bleeding, of course, unajua the amount of the blood that comes. If that amount is abnormal, like unajua, my amount doesn't. You don't use, for example, let me say you don't use a maxi pad.
Yeah.
But the normal that you normally use before, imekuwa too much. That is also bleeding, right? Yeah.
What if there's this thing unapata? Okay, let's talk about the periods now. Unaweza pata maybe stink or something. Is there?
Ama maybe. That is
is it a sign?
Yes.
Because unapata maybe.
STIs, so you should do a differential diagnosis to differentiate. Is it an STI?
STI or the cervical cancer now?
They present the same. And another thing, after menopause, for those who are past 49 years of age, after menopause, they will also experience some bleeding, like menses.
Menses.
That is another sign.
Goja, kwani menopause ni 49 sio 50? Jesus. Sasa reduce to 49.
It depends.
Watu wanazeeka. Oh, it depends with what?
Your
that
body.
Is an abrupt question.
I think it depends with your body. Like, I think, okay, for me, let me say.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not the first maturers. For me, my first period was on 16.
16.
Yes, 16. But kutakuja kupata mtu mwingine tukiwa class 3 tulikuwa miaka ngapi? I think 8, 9.
8 years amenyesha.
Yeah.
Sasa huyo yake itaanza menopause ni 49.
Inaweza kuta
mimi nikani ni 50. Sasa mkireduce na moja.
Yeah, it depends.
Oh. Only maybe your family those genes. I hope you are learning.
Kama vitu vingine tunaita idiosyncratic reaction.
Wow.
Idiopathic from unknown source. It can just occur from unknown source.
It's the same.
Okay, so it's something it cannot be, or it depends
it will
with individuals.
It starts with something we call metastasis. Like something like that. Metastasis, before you get menopause, there are some warning signs that tells you I'm about to attain menopause.
Okay.
Bleeding becomes scanty, reduces. Unaweza maliza hata 1 year hujanyesha, alafu after 1 year
unanyesha.
No.
Ukidhani uko born. Well, so let's come back to cervical, because before we unaona ni kama kuna watu wameanza kuogopa wako karibu menopause. Let's come back to our cervic cancer. So we said symptom number 1 it's bleeding now. Abnormal bleeding. Maybe ulikuwa unanyesha to 5th alafu upate umenyesha tena, or it's too heavy. Yeah, you can, it's smelling, you're able to tell. So what other symptom do you know that I have a cervical cancer?
Pelvic pain.
Okay.
You want to explain?
Pelvic pain?
Pelvic pain. What is pelvic?
Si mtuambie madaktari. Ni hapa. Hapa hivyo.
Hapa kwa pelvic bones.
Bones. But then zenye tulikuwa tunaambiwa zina contracting when you're giving birth.
Mostly the pelvic pain, it occurs in the pelvic floor muscles. Pelvic floor muscles. Floor muscles zina support that region. It occurs mostly in those sites. Lakini mostly that it occurs kama it has started to metastasize. Metastatizing is moving from the cervix itself to attack the pelvis, other region, uterus. Imetoka kwa cervix near the other sides.
Okay. Wow. So pelvic pain is also a sign, a symptom that you have a cancer. Well, so guys, we had to switch. Tumeona tunaweka boy child uko na anasikia baridi. Yeah, that is why we decided akuje hapa msianze kusema we are dominating this show. So we are still talking about the symptoms. How will I know, or how will you know that you have a cervical cancer? So which other symptom do we have?
Pain during sex.
Pain during sex. Okay, watu wenye wana vingi sex tunasikia. Yes.
Na pia kuna kuwa some bleeding during the sex, the intercourse. You may experience some bleeding during the intercourse.
So let's kwanza tusikie hiyo ya pain during sex.
Najua the pain during sex, you might misinterpret it with something called vaginismus. Vaginismus, that is contraction, involuntary contraction of the vaginal muscle, yenye inafanyanga a lady to feel pain during the intercourse, during copulation.
Okay.
So for differential diagnosis purpose, to differentiate that from that, STI from vaginismus, from cervical cancer, there might be some bleeding for cervical cancer.
Okay.
And also another symptom, they experience frequent micturition. Frequent micturition is frequent urination, more often. Pain bad during urination.
Okay.
We are talking of ladies.
Ladies now. So Tabitha, can you explain more about maybe that pain when you're having the intercourse? What is your take?
For me, I think apart from what you said about the vaginismus, sex should be painful.
Okay.
Because the vagina has muscles that are elastic.
Okay.
So it should be painful.
Yeah.
But at the same time, don't confuse this with, you see, if you have not been sexually active.
Okay.
And you start having sex, of course there's a normal pain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not extreme pain, it's just a normal pain.
Yeah.
So if someone is experiencing a lot of pain when having or making love, let's just modify hata kama imeharibiwa, they're experiencing, or they have the symptom of cervical cancer.
Yes.
Okay. So which other symptoms do you have, Cosmas?
Unusual discharge.
Unusual discharge, eh?
Yes.
Okay. So how should the discharge be? Is there any normal discharge for a person?
Of course, yes. Should.
Yeah, well, let's our viewers know. Mimi mwingine asipate discharge akimbie hosi. So which are the normal? Let's explain to us first which are the normal discharge before now we know the abnormal discharge now.
That depends on their cycles of the woman.
Yeah.
Like ovulation.
Yeah.
There's when you're about to have your periods, and then there's after that.
Okay.
So of course there are some sessions you shouldn't have been having discharge.
Yeah.
And during ovulation,
of
course you're going to have a discharge which should be clear.
Okay.
And shouldn't have a bad odor.
Oh. So during ovulation, I should have discharge which has no bad odor.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should be clear.
Clear.
And also at some instances, this is something I came to see it in myself.
Okay.
I didn't know whether it was normal.
Yeah.
I was ovulating, and sometimes the follicle. Can you explain what a follicle is?
The follicle, it is what releases the ova. In the ovaries, the Graafian follicle, what releases the egg, let's call it egg in layman, so that it can move to the oviduct for fertilization. So it is enclosed in the follicle.
When niliwaambia vocabulary tutasikia mingi.
It can burst.
Okay.
So you might see a brown discharge. But I feel kwa mingi.
Okay.
Kidogo tu. Of course, that should not worry you.
Yeah.
But if it's a continuous discharge or a yellow discharge, that is abnormal.
Okay.
And the odor. Remember in the beginning I said, be your own friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Know what your body is.
Yeah.
Like, unaona, this is okay. Nimekuwa na hii. Like be keen. Don't be ignorant of yourself. Ama unaenda tu, unatoka tu kwa choo hivyo.
Yeah.
Stay.
Wow. So that you may know what is normal and what is not. Okay. So the
you may even discover something like genital warts. You may even discover those swellings. Observe yourself. Feel free to observe yourself.
Tununue vioo. Ladies, we buy a big mirror. So that we can keep on checking ourselves.
Unajiangalia kwa kioo. That is why you have
the big mirror, the huge one.
Sio kwenda kupiga selfie.
Na kuangalia to the dress code. By the way, we are so much on outside appearance, and we actually we don't even take much time to actually properly look at ourselves. Unajua tunaonanga tunakapoa when we are dressed up, but sijui kama tunajiangalianga when we are naked. Of which I think it's yourself. I love what Tabitha you are telling us, that be your friend, be the friend to yourself. I think that's a very good thing, because every time I befriend myself, I just want to know, how am I growing? How do I look? Am I making changes? I think hiyo pia itatusaidia.
Itatusaidia sana, because even when you're on your friend, you even be able to curb breast cancer. Yeah,
wow. I'm able to look properly to my breast.
Yeah, because you know, inakaanga hivi, things come and notice. Why this sudden change?
Wow. I think that is the best thing, because you're able to identify. I didn't have, sasa shida inakujanga the comparison. Sasa utaki kujiangalia. Do you know there's a lady that told me they don't want to look at themselves. ati mi sipendi kio, and I wanted to know why. It's because Anna feels she doesn't have the curves like the other person. So I think the issue of self-esteem is also making us not to properly look at ourselves.
Yeah. I think she has been having a past history. There was this audition I was watching.
Yeah.
I think it was Miss Universe.
Yeah.
And one contestant was asked, how can you deal with body shaming? And for me, I'm an advocate of it has come from within.
Yeah.
Because I always say, even if I clothe you with gold and everything, and you still feel I'm
empty.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything.
Exactly.
It has to come from you.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
You'll view me. I always say, I'm the one who I'm going to tell you who to view me as.
Yeah, sure. Exactly.
I'm like a book. I show you the chapters.
Exactly, yeah.
So you're the owner of your own work.
Yeah.
You're like you're art of your own life.
Yeah.
At yourself well. Be who you want to be.
Wow. Don't allow people to come painting you. Sasa tukiendelea mimi na Tabitha Cosmos, we will just remove you because now we are into our girl child, empowering ourselves, and that is how it should be, because we are talking to women and we are telling them to create an awareness. It should be everything about you. As much as today we are talking about cervical cancer, it should be about me, because apart from cervical there are other diseases and illness. So before tuanze kuendelea, which other symptoms ndio tumalizane na ma symptoms?
Symptoms, let's finalize by saying they mimic those of the STIs.
Okay.
Most of them.
So either the cervical cancer na STIs, they are similar.
They mimic. Palis kuna tofauti is just the bleeding in between the periods during menopause, after sex, and the discharge, which is abnormal, and as we know that.
So mtu atukia next time, because we'll be looking at STIs, hizo nini tutasema zitaangalia tu za cervical cancer. So let's talk about the risk now, Tabitha. Can you tell us the risks za having a cervical cancer?
First, human papilloma virus.
Papilloma virus.
Yes.
What is papilloma? Nilikwambia tueleze vocabulary.
It has over 100 strains.
Okay.
So I can't really define the virus.
Okay.
But it is vaccinated. That is a good thing.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Can you explain more human papilloma virus?
Okay. And the human papilloma virus, it is just a virus as other viruses like HIV, but we have said it has like 100 strains, but there are only 2 strains which are associated with cervical cancer.
Yeah.
That is strain 16 and strain 13. HPV 16 and HPV 18.
18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you are, they can be both in boys and girls.
Yeah.
Once you are infected with those, you can develop cervical cancer.
Okay. So what are the risks?
Another one is smoking.
Smoking.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, cigarettes have nicotine,
Yeah.
which is a carcinogen. A carcinogen is something that is cancer causing.
Yeah.
Carcinogenic.
Okay.
It can cause cancer.
Yeah.
Also, those who are infected with HIV,
Yeah.
we call it retrovirus disease,
Retrovirus.
RVD. They are at high risk of having cervical cancer.
Okay.
Those who have STI called chlamydia. Also at risk of cervical cancer.
Okay. So those are the only risks we have, Tabitha?
No, we have very many
We have
risks.
so many. We
like
can't just be able to
genetic, obesity, being obese.
Being obese is a risk.
If you like eating fruits and vegetables,
Yeah.
you know, fruits and vegetables, they boost immunity. So, as far as RVD is concerned, retrovirus disease, HIV, it is just due to immunocompromisation of the immune system. If you have low immunity, you are more exposed to cervical cancer.
So we should also check our diet. That is
Your
what
diet,
you're telling us.
That is why we have said women should have fruits and vegetables, plenty of them.
So venye tunakula junk huku nje, we should be very careful, yeah?
I think you're killing your own self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just want the sweet things. Have you ever asked yourself why our grandmas they live to 130 years?
Yeah.
Sisi tunafika 80.
70.
We are dead.
Yeah.
What a sad generation.
Yeah, sure.
Another predisposing factor or a risk is having multiple sex partners.
Okay, multiple sex. Kwanza to shout. Having multiple sex partners. That is a risk.
Yeah, because
you're all over.
Yeah, you're all over.
So, what would trigger? Is it the STIs? What will be the trigger?
Because even a man can have the HPV virus.
Okay.
When you have the HPV virus, you're at a risk of getting the cervical cancer. Okay. Even the same HIV and the STI, they weaken your immune system. So you're also at a risk of getting the cervical cancer. Yes. Okay. And then there's a family history. The family history now. Of cervical cancer. Yeah. Of course, that is something we are not able to control. Yeah. But I think we are able to. Yeah. If you get tested earlier. Yeah. Okay. Screening, the vaccination. That's something we can do. Okay. And another thing is long-term use of hormonal contraceptives. Long term of using contraceptive hormonal. Yes. Yeah, watu wa P2 ndio tumewafikia. Ukitumia P2 watu wanameza ni kama mahindi. Like it has been like a norm. Yeah. Zinamezwa kama mahindi. Jesus. So it is also a risk. Yeah.
Even I would like to touch something more on the pills, which is more throbbing. I've worked in gynecological and most people who have ectopic pregnancies.
What is ectopic
pregnancy? I start by defining it is pregnancy that is not in the uterus occurring in the oviduct, the fallopian tube. Okay. Na hiyo
iko mahali imehang tu.
Iko si ni tube. Si kuna tube yenye inapeleka kutoka kwa ovary, oviduct to the uterus. So ziko this side and this side. So kama pregnancy occurred in this side, the left side, the pregnancy will be in the oviduct. Haitafika kwa uterus attach, it will attach there. No? So the more it grows, unaelewa kwa oviduct ni kandogo, inaendelea kuenlarge, hata itakaa tumor. After some time it can burst. If it bursts,
you lose your child.
You'll die, even you.
I will live.
It is an emergency. You should be having emergency surgery.
Wow.
And tumesema inakosewa na nini? Those pills.
So majority are those people who are a kind of pregnancy when you are expose in pills,
when you wametumia those pills. Unajua hiyo pill unafaa kutumia like not more than thrice in a year.
Thrice in a year?
Not more than.
Na wenye wanameza every weekend tutawaambia aje. Jesus Christ. Change your ways, because now that we are creating an aware, it is a risk to yourself. Oh my God.
And you're also predisposed to many other diseases. See, not only in cervical cancer, the ectopic pregnancy. Yeah. You're exposed to so many
risks.
What I can advise them.
Wafanya nini? Okay, when you wamemeza kakani nzima.
If you know you can't control yourself, you know you are very active.
You are very active in normal. Sex.
It is very normal.
Very
because
normal.
It is hormonal.
Yeah, sure.
And the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It is a basic need.
Yeah.
Ama nimekosea.
Ni basic
need. And the land, it is a basic need. So if you are very active, unaweza enda for tumia FP.
Okay, waambie FP. Mbona una-assume tunajua FP ni nini? Daktari.
Okay,
Cosmas.
FP ni contraceptive, ni family planning.
They start using family planning.
Unaweza tumia UCD.
Zile zinatumwa na mama wameolewa.
Okay. Sasa if you are active hata wewe ni kama umeolewa. You are active with you.
By the way, and you are not even married.
Kwa nini
unataka kuniambia as a Christian you cannot advise them any other way apart from using the family planning?
To abstain if you are active.
No, Tabitha, kindly, yes, tell us.
If you are young, stay in your age bracket. I think hapa tunaongea na
that is true. Cosmas Aki wewe stay in your age bracket.
But if the benefit of
the high schoolers are using these things.
Yeah,
Imagine, let's be
a spade.
Don't tell this young girl that you're active in sex by doing what and you're not even married.
But then that is so true. You remember in Corona period, a friend of mine, let me say that.
Yeah.
She had a contraceptive. This is a high schooler.
Imagine.
I think for me, I'm into like, let's use condom. If your partner wants to have sex with you, you are like always. My sister always tells me, you are the advocate of your own body.
Exactly, you have to
defend yourself.
Yeah.
Mwambie, you want it, I also want it. But we have to use contraceptives. Use the condom.
Uende pitu, jaze mwili. Imagine a 15 years girl, a high schooler ati anaenda kudungwa shindano. What is happening?
What is happening?
I think high schooler ni another issue. You are talking to the so if most of them like many university students kama they are inaitwa kama ama inaitwa
wana huko ndani
things like those na hataki kutumia the condom, but even the condom by itself it prevents the HPV. You know that?
Yeah.
So you will not be at risk of cervical cancer.
Whoa, before we prolong, let's tell us, Cosmas, what are the causes now of the cervical cancer?
Okay, the main cause, we said it is the HPV. It is caused by HPV virus, human papilloma virus 18 and 16.
Okay.
And it can be either in boys, let's say men,
or even to the ladies.
And to the ladies.
Okay. There's something you said, Tabitha, the screening now. What is this screening? Najwa, we don't know. Can you explain to my viewers, when you're talking about screening, what do you mean?
The first step is go to a hospital.
Yeah.
Of course. And there are certain objects that are used, right? The first step is visiting a hospital.
Yeah.
And if you're asking where to be, at every January, every hospital does a screening for free, right? So you should be there. What does the screening entail? I can't really talk about the screening. I haven't done it. Maybe you can say about it.
Okay, the screening mostly it is a laboratory work where you do the pap smear test. It is just used to diagnose whether you have a cervical cancer. There is also another one where they do after doing the pap smear. Pap smear, it is just a swab.
Yeah.
A swab.
The
external orifice.
Okay.
External how you like put it? The external opening of the vagina.
Of the vagina.
It is a smear.
Yeah. Ni kama ile ya mdomo lakini ina huko.
Sasa inapelekwa lab. They do a culture. What is culture? Culture ni kuigrow, kuiangalia the types of.
So it is stored somewhere. That is what you're saying.
Inapelekwa lab. It is visualized through culture. Culture ni inaweza kuwa grown ndio iweze onekana ama if it is visible iangaliwe ionekane the type of microorganisms which are there. So kuna normal flora, the normal microorganisms which are present in the vagina, and there is sasa the abnormal.
Okay.
Sasa hapo ndio wataona there is the non-normal cells which are there. Kama they are present, iko sawa. Kama ziko, they'll go ahead to do something called colposcopy. Colposcopy, it is a tube inserted until to the cervix point to visualize the cells. Are they glowing normally? Ama ni abnormally?
Okay.
Then, under that colposcopy, watafanya a biopsy. A biopsy, a needle, inaingizwa, inatoa kanyama kadogo.
Kwa mwili? Okay.
Utakuwa under anesthesia, like local anesthesia, so hutaisi uchungu.
Okay.
Sasa ameangalia with the speculum, colposcopy, akaona maybe the cells are changing, they are not normal, so atajaribu kuchukua a tissue out of it, ndio waende wakaiangalia in the lab.
Okay.
Is it cancerous or what?
Okay.
Ndio sasa waanze to treat the cancer.
So I'm being told time is running out, but Tabitha, how do we prevent the cervical cancer? You can tell us briefly.
Just state, I think I have 4 ways, 4 measures. The first is regular screening, like the pap test.
So the regular screening,
and the HPV test can help to detect abnormalities, and then we eradicate them. And then there's getting vaccinated against the various strains of HPV. And this practicing safe sex, using condoms and limiting the number of sexual partners that we are going to have. And then, of course, avoiding smoking and maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
So there is a vaccine for the So can you tell us more about the vaccine?
Okay, if I touch about the vaccine, it is like now it is being administered in each hospital. Watoto wakienda simnaita clinic, wakienda hizo clinics wanadungwa HPV vaccine.
Kaboy ama kadem?
Wote. Should be both, lakini in Kenya it is practiced on females.
Okay.
So due to the limited dosage.
Resources ya Kenya.
But
normally should be
on both male and females under wenye hawajafikisha naita which stage? Those who are not sexually
active,
not yet is sexually active.
That is
why tunaconsider wanadungwa watoto.
So wenye wanakuwa administered tu ni wenye hawajafika kwa
sexual stage. Sexually active.
11 and 12 years.
11 to 12 years.
Hata pia 9 can still get the child.
So I'm being told our time is up, but sasa mimi hata nilikuwa nishaanza kusing because this is awesome now, and I think now I should go back to my house and think about myself. Those things are too deep, and I hope guys you've really learned. I think we'll still be having another section where we'll discuss more, because it is not something that we can just do within a short time. 45 or 1 hour is not even enough. But thank you so much guys for tuning in. Kindly continue subscribing and even sharing and commenting. Let us know what you think even about our topic today. So thank you.